not broke, don't try and fix it. That's the vibe I'm getting from Trek with the re-release of the all-new Top Fuel line, the brand's leading full-suspension cross-country machine. The model I got to test out is the Top Fuel 9, a 29-wheeled aluminum version with sporting a SRAM X1 kit, SRAM level brakes, and suspension provided by Fox. All this comes wrapped up in Viper Red with a sticker price of about $4,000 US. This 18.5-inch model features 100mm of remote lockable travel, both front and rear, where Fox and Trek work together in collaboration to develop the reactive dampening technology. This technology is also found on the Trek Fuel EX and Remedy lines, and Trek claims that this will aid in reduced pedal bob and increased open stroke when appropriate. And the new Top Fuel doesn't mind a change in terrain or preference, as it possesses an adjustable geometry via a minnow link in the rear chainstay. This allows you to raise or lower your bottom bracket height by 10mm and adjust your head tube angle by almost a half a degree. For our riding, I preferred the steeper angle on the higher bottom bracket setting for what I perceived as a more fun and agile ride. The wheels are Trek's House Bond Treasure Mustang Pros with boost hub spacing for added stiffness, and the rubber is also Bond Treasure. Set up tubeless, this rig comes in just shy of 27 US pounds.
Now, I also, like the Comicel, was not expecting this bike to be as fun as it is. This bike is hella awesome. It is super agile and quick and definitely responsive. So that brings another note of thought. You're seeing more and more cross-country bikes with a dropper post, just to give you more control and speed on the downhills. Definitely think this bike would benefit from one. Oh gosh, this bike is awesome at rooty climbs. That's awesome. So here is the downfall of this bike. This damn saddle. This saddle is not comfortable. Well, I know that's personal preference, but it feels like I'm riding on a block of wood, and it gives all of the feedback of a block of wood. Nice. Okay, so the conclusion on this bike. For where we live in coastal Virginia and down here in coastal Carolina, this bike is awesome. It is fast, it accelerates like a Banshee, and it is light, climbs like a goat. Very fun to ride, pumpable, flickable, everything you can ask for in a cross-country bike, I think. The things I would change, I would swap out the lockout for the fork and the shock for a dropper post and put on a better saddle. If I had that, this bike would be perfect. This is also the first bike I've ever ridden with the Boost platform, both front and rear. And I have to say, for a nimble, light bike that's supposed to be super agile, it's not beefy, it's very stiff. Very stiff, in a very good way. Now, I'll attribute that to the wheels. These are the Mustang wheels from Bond Treasure with the offset rim. So it makes for a really easy build, a super strong build, without having to have one side of the wheel tensioned a lot more over the other. So very happy with that setup. The tires are supple, grippy, and fast rolling. So no complaints there. The finishing kit, the bars, obviously this bike is a little small for me. It's the 18.5. I typically would ride around a 19.5 to a 21, depending on the manufacturer. So I imagine the bars would come in a wider size if I were to pick up this bike in my size, which I like. You can see me bleeding my hands out over the bars just a little bit. But the finishing kit's great. This is a full SRAM X1, not XO, but X1. No complaints there. Shifting is great, but that kit has been tried and true. And I always find that the best value, most bang for your buck, is that 1 to 2 levels under the top of the line. So, I mean, I've ridden X01, great kit, no complaints. But I've also ridden X1, and the weight difference is minimal. And to be honest, for a guy like me, if I wanted to lose the extra grams, I'd be better off losing about 5 pounds off my body. It'd also be cheaper, a hell of a lot cheaper. So no complaints from the X1 kit, love it. The suspension on this bike, full Fox platform. These are the new Fox Light forks with the cutouts and the narrow Q factor, but still a boost kit on it. Love it, absolutely indeed. So again, my only qualms, dropper post and a better saddle, and I would be in heaven. To the guys over at Two Wheeler Dealer here in Wilmington, much love, much thanks for letting me demo what's such a great bike. You guys know your stuff, and I'll definitely be back in there to visit you soon. So thank you again, guys. If you like what you saw, you like what you see, want to see more footage like this, testing bikes, riding cool places, make sure you give a thumbs up, give a like there, subscribe to the channel so you don't ever miss an upload, and leave a comment down below. But as always, you guys are the best, and thanks for watching.